Check, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's no excuses time in the house. I'm rapping because my name is Lex. And I'm feeling pretty sexy with my boy man to my left.
Check. 1, 2, 3. I'm Boy Man Dan, and I'm here with Lex McAllister on Sunday morning. Rock with me.
Oh, yeah. Stay tuned for the goodness. Boom, boom. Good Sunday morning. It's no excuses time. What's that mean? Well, it's time to get up and live that little life of yours with no excuses. I'm Lex McAllister, and my co-host, who is one of my favorite people in the world, oddly enough, Boy Man Dan Stover.
Oddly enough, indeed. However, you are like multitasking all over the place.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, about 10 seconds ago, Lex has a mechanical pencil, her cell phone, a vapor, and a cup of coffee in her hand, and you're doing something with each one of those all at the same time. I don't know how you do this.
I've got a high-performance athletic drink as well, and I've also got a little sampler of Cheryl's cookies.
You are like the epitome of multitasking this morning.
I'm back on my A game. I'm really, listen, for the past month and a half, as everyone knows, went through some personal chaos with car, with grandma getting sick, all that jazz, because that's what life is. Couple little valleys, couple little, plateaus, every now and again, a good old peak. And I feel like I'm on the rise for a good old peak, but even if I don't get to a peak right away, I'm feeling good.
Good. I like peaking Lex McAllister.
That's right. Yes. What's that remind me of? What's that movie? Oh, crap. It's a couples retreat with the yoga instructor.
I saw part of that. I never saw the whole thing.
When he's like, we've got someone looking in at us in our studio in the window who's smiling at us. We're going to wave to him. Oh, there's some he has headphones for you.
All I can see is a pair of headphones sticking up in the air.
I love how at our studio people clearly see we're recording, yet they still want to communicate with us as I'm clearly talking.
At least no one's singing through the door this week. That's happened a couple times.
Yeah, but in couples retreat, when they go have a yoga session, and this yoga instructor is just hilarious, and he is way inappropriate, but he's like high on life all the time. He's like, enthusiasm, encouragement, I like it. I feel like I've been talking like him lately.
Here's the thing. Here's what's indicative of me becoming an old man is that any of the last 20 movies I've tried to watch on DVD, I fall asleep halfway through. Every time. I'm becoming my mother in this regard. Love her to death, but that woman can't watch a movie to save her life.
She falls
asleep and snores. Actually, over Thanksgiving, she was snoring so loud. I was like, Mom, if you don't go to the hospital next time I'm home for Christmas, I'm scheduling your doctor's appointment and taking you there.
What is it about aging and the snoring?
I don't know.
I really hope it doesn't happen to me. My mom, it's very hard for me to go on trips with her and be in the same hotel room because my two options are I have to fall asleep before her, which is not going to happen. I'm a night owl, or I have to come in hammered. And hope for the best. Hope it just drowns out.
I've gotten to the point where I mess with my mom a little bit. Like I'll pick her hand up because she usually has it like above her head. That's how she sleeps. And just pick it up and let it drop on her. So it kind of wakes her up.
That never gets old.
It really doesn't.
The humor of that, it's like when you fall. I don't care if you're an 80-year-old woman and maybe you broke a hip. If you fell, I'm going to laugh at you.
I don't know. 80's pushing it. See, that's even more indicative of when you get like superiorly old is when you fall and people don't find it funny. People are like more concerned than they're laughing. Then you know you're in trouble.
Oh, I would laugh. But I really hope I don't start snoring because I really don't. That's one of my things that I can't fall asleep and it just enrages me to the point where I start to throw stuff at her and I get real upset if I'm in, it's not a pretty picture.
Yeah, it's annoying. Snoring is hard to deal with.
What was probably hard for you to deal with last week?
What was that?
Having your rump kicked by some ladies learning self-defense over at Ohio Krav Maga.
I got my rear end handed to me by about 10 women.
So I couldn't make it because I was praying to the porcelain gods, a.k.a. vomiting up everything in my stomach, my innards, because I was so sick.
I would accuse you of it being because of going out, and it wasn't. Because I tried to get you out the night before, and you didn't join me.
Very sick.
So I'm at Ohio Krav, and there were about 10 women in self-defense class, which I participated in the class leading up to the final thing where I was the attacker. And it was a great class. They taught a lot of technique, as much as they can in one session, different kind of moves. And I think the best move and most important for a lot of women was, what do you do when an attacker's on top of you? Yeah. So I actually had to climb over people. And
I bet you liked it, you dirty little young man, you.
I would if there weren't so many shots to the groin.
Oh, really?
That was a little rough.
So what do you do? What do I do? See, I'm really upset I didn't make the class.
So if I were over top of you, they teach you to thrust your hips upward into the attacker, which moves their weight forward. So the attacker's kind of leaning over top of your head now.
Right.
So you can then take
And then you pinch his nipples.
And then you take one of the attacker's arms out. So now their weight is around both of their knees
so
and one
his arm in towards you after you've thrusted your hips.
And then you lock that arm into place and then roll as hard as you can to one side. So one of two things will happen. Either if you can roll hard enough, they'll go on their weight and can really hurt their arm, or you've simply rolled them over and you're on top, and then you're taught to just start punching as hard as you can once you're on top of the individual. So I went through this 10 times.
Did you really? Oh.
Yeah. Well, with 10 women and then twice with each one. So I got destroyed. I was sore.
Really?
Yeah, I was sore.
Were you?
I was wearing a full bodysuit and boxing gloves, and I was pretty sore. And when we did the standing stuff, they kept shouting at the women to be as aggressive as they could.
Yeah.
So just being caught up in the moment, there were quite a few that punched me in the face, just right square in the nose. So it was worth it for the sake of teaching self-defense. So
right.
Highly recommend going out there. For anybody who hasn't tried it, take one of those free classes.
Yeah, and real quick, all the women there were new people who maybe hadn't been to the gym before. It's not like they're these experienced fighters. It's open to everyone.
I think one woman out of the 10 had been to one class previously.
Okay.
Everybody else was brand new, and by the end, they felt very comfortable and confident that if they were in a mugging situation, they could at least take care of themselves.
They're kind of like enticing people now. They're in the gas station. They're like, what are you looking at? Like, they just want to use their moves now, right?
Well, and another good tip that I never thought of that I learned that day was that they teach you to yell and scream at your attacker. Basically, don't hide you're crazy. Right. So just start going nuts, because an attacker, it's expensive for them to go after somebody who's going to be really aggressive. They want a cheap target. So somebody who's just going to kind of lay down and curl up into a ball.
This sounds like a game, or this sounds like a perfect thing for learning self-defense, especially with all that's been going on at OSU campus.
Can you believe that?
We need to get down there and teach those, not just the chicks, but the dudes too. Everyone's getting mugged down there.
And a lot of those people are getting held at gunpoint, and don't ever do anything stupid when that's the case. So you got to be careful with that, too.
Someone in my neighborhood, I live in a housing development, someone broke into their house and it was at gunpoint. That kind of freaked me out, dude. I know. It's kind of, I don't want to talk about it. I want to pretend like it didn't happen. But for anyone who wants to learn some cool self-defense tricks and have an excuse to beat up boy man and other boys, I suggest you go to ohiokravmaga.com to get more information on when their next free class is. They have a free class every first Saturday of the month. But always go to the website and check out what class might work for you at ohiokravmaga.com. Stay tuned for more No Excuses Radio.
I told you, homeboy, you can't touch this. Yeah, that's how we living, and you can't touch this.
At the Diamond Cellar, we've been listening to our customers for years, and what's important to them is getting the finest quality at the best price.
I definitely got the best ideal cut for the money at the Diamond Cellar.
This is Andy Johnson. To make sure nobody can offer you a better price, we've been shopping again. The Diamond Cellar is less expensive. Take it from our customers.
The Diamond Cellar had the best price.
We got more than we expected to get for the money.
Come to the Diamond Cellar and let us show you. Quality for quality, nobody beats us on price.
Choices Eliminating Domestic Violence is dedicated to interrupting the cycle of domestic violence by responding to those in need, educating the community, and advocating for social change. Choices provides a 24-hour crisis and information line, temporary shelter, counseling, and support groups, all in the name of eliminating violence. Visit choicescolumbus.org.
Can't get enough of your No Excuses, and you always need more? I do too. I get it, because we only air once a week. I don't know why. That's what the executives at the radio show said I could do. But don't forget to always go to
livenoexcuses.com
or facebook.com/Live No Excuses Radio
or youtube.com/Live No Excuses,
and always twitter.com/Lex McAllister. It's Live No Excuses, baby, on Rewind Columbus.
Bradley Photography specializes in creating works of art for clients desiring an authentic, fine art experience. Suspend the remarkable and capture the honest and precious moments of real beauty, your family. More than works of art, we create works of life. To learn more, visit us online at bradley.com. That's BRADDLEY.com or call 614-228-6920.
I could not be more pumped up than I am right now.
Because you've had how many cups of coffee?
Everyone knows I drink coffee throughout the day.
You are a cup of coffee.
If I had to choose between water and coffee on an island, it would be coffee.
What is your favorite coffee? Your favorite kind? Blend, brand, whatever comes to mind first.
Well, I mean, I'm one of those people who's not picky. I can drink a good old cup from a gas station in West Virginia that's been sitting on the pot for a solid 10 hours, just like marinating in its gas station goodness.
That is exactly what I had on the way here this morning.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It was like it tasted burnt from yesterday morning. Yeah. And it was good. I drank it all.
Honestly, my favorite way to have coffee, I never make it this way, but I love the French roast coffee that like you steep on your own and you push down the little lever. And
is that the one that swirls where it aerates every drip? Because I just had a conversation with somebody about this and we couldn't decide what it's called. And the best we could come up with is percolator.
I think that to percolate is what? To add water, oxygen to something and stir it around?
And that's what I think it is. I don't know.
Darn it, you're making me look like an idiot. To percolate.
To percolate.
Means to stir it up and add some oxygen.
I also believe that was the dance move the girl was doing in the viral YouTube video who fell through a glass coffee table.
That can be dangerous, dude.
The percolator.
Be careful when you go to like a secondhand store and buy those glass tops. If you have no joke, dude. Because my friend, this is getting me all serious. My friend had a child, and the child got up on the table and broke the glass table. And it wasn't those glass tables. I forget what kind of glass it is. Darn it! But it needs to be the kind of glass that they use for car windshields, where it's designed to break into tiny little bits that don't cut you afterwards.
Oh.
Otherwise, this baby got up on it and it broke. Thank God, it could have sliced the bits off.
Man,
watch what you
I learned
buy,
something
dude.
new today.
Spend the extra $40 to save your baby.
Well, so when I have kids, I'll stop buying my furniture at Goodwill.
You'll stop picking it up on this. You'll stop making deals with Joe Bob on the street corner for his lazy boy.
That is basically it. That's how most of my furniture came to be.
All right, let's get refocused. The reason I am so excited is because we have a really amazing woman on the show. Now, No Excuses Radio is about a lot of things. It's about, as my producer laughs, way to take me off track. You know what? This radio station's getting on my nerves today. You people need to let me focus. So what I am excited about and what the show is all about is the fact that it's like living your life with no excuses. So overcoming a huge hurdle or being human and admitting when you've made mistakes or when you've not been perfect, because that's actually what makes you that much more perfect in your humanity, is that you aren't perfect, that you make mistakes, but you get up and you try again. But I love the fact that we're getting ready to talk to a chick named Kristen Foley, who I met through one of our former guests, Danielle Elias, reporter with 10 TV News. Who's awesome, who apparently you've become great friends with.
She's an excellent friend, yeah. And she's friending my friends, and yeah.
You guys are like having friendships without me. I like being the introducer, but I don't like to be left out of the circle.
You're never left out of the circle, okay. Lex. You're always in. But when we all hung out, you were just a little ill, a little under the weather.
Well, here's what's happening now. I'm taking some of Danielle's friends, because Kristen's one of Danielle's friends, and we're hanging out without her. So that's how that's going down.
Boom,
but anyway,
Danielle.
Kristen, you know why Kristen's awesome? Kristen, we're going to let her get on the show in a second, but she is in a nationally published magazine, and not just like some weird little magazine that is sold randomly online. It's like the real deal. She's in Shape magazine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like one of my favorite magazines of all time, to get fitness tips, to get health tips, to get diet tips, all sorts of stuff. She's in it. You know why?
Why?
Because she has transformed not only her body, but her life at large, because she has lost 104 pounds.
Wow.
Do you know
104?
what it takes to lose 1 pound, let alone 100, like 1 pound, and do that 103 more times? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I lost 60, and by the end of that, I was like, I thank God this is it, because I can't keep going,
right?
And continue to stay this motivated. So 100, I can't imagine.
I know. So without further ado, we've got Kristen Foley on the show, who's so much more important than us, because you're in Shape magazine right now. Not just your name, but a photo of you, your before picture and your after picture, looking sexy and hot like you are now. You little sexy thing, you.
I got to get styled that day. That's what was great.
Where was the photo shoot held at?
It actually was taken at one of my friend's homes.
Really?
Because he had an amazing kitchen, and I wanted to show off, his kitchen,
right?
And because it was much bigger than mine, but but I did. I got to get all done up, got the makeover for the day, and got brand new clothes, and
love it.
it was a great day.
So without going into the specifics of where you are now, let's start from the beginning.
From the beginning,
yeah. Beginning of time for you.
The beginning of time, as I told Shape, I've always been a heavy person as a child. Just I love food. That's that's always the hard part. But as a child, I loved sweets, and that was always been one of my biggest hurdles. But basically, the big thing was when I was in New York, I was kind of teetering then about 2:30. And then when 9/11 happened while I was there,
right, and
it just became one of those depressing time frames. And I'd come home and I would eat pints of ice cream and Mexican food just because I was away from home and
you can order food at 3 a.m. and they deliver it to you,
and you can walk across the street and get everything you needed for a Sunday and come home,
right.
But that was the journey that it started with. And but when I moved home, I kind of made the decision that I needed to get healthy. It wasn't just about being overweight. It was about being healthy.
Right, mentally. And you said in your article at the end, you said, obviously I've changed my body, but I'm just such a more confident and social person now.
I am. I never was without friends, and I never was one of those people that hung out in the corner, but I kind of took the lead and just became more social and, walked up, introduced myself to people where before I would never do that. I would wait.
Right.
That's absolutely amazing how that works. And I've had people come to me and ask general advice, just like any friend does, about dating, about meeting new people, about being a better communicator. And honestly, I tell everybody, go work out, get yourself in shape.
Yeah, because it really is the springboard, and we're going to get really deep into this conversation, so everyone stay tuned for a little more No Excuses Radio.
Hi, this is Brian Bowen.
And this is Heather Keck
of Bowen & Keck Defense Attorneys. We understand that you are only human, and humans make mistakes.
However, that doesn't mean we can't solve your issues with class and respect.
Heather, that's exactly right, because you deserve help.
YouDeserveHelp.com.
As lawyers, we are protectors of your rights as real people.
Your needs, your concerns, your life is unique to you.
We are always available to you at YouDeserveHelp.com.
That's YouDeserveHelp.com.
Do you ever come home after a busy day and wonder what's for dinner? At Dream Dinners, we answer that question for you. Our monthly menu includes over 17 different recipes that change each month, with dishes perfect for the seafood lover to the vegetarian and even those with gluten allergies. Join us at Dream Dinners. Schedule your session today to prepare your meals or have one of our staff members prepare the meals for you. Call 614-798-1400 and ask for Allison, or visit dreamdinners.com. That's 614-798-1400.
The car your heart desires, is it buyers?
Hey, Spiels, are we on another scouting expedition?
Yeah, Mark, making sure Buyer Subaru is staying competitive. Welcome to the big box car dealership where our prices are high and the values are low. I'm interested in that Forester over there. Excellent choice, sir. How much is it? Well, are you buying today? If the price is right, how much? That's a special request. I'll need to get my manager.
And off he goes. Now the game starts.
Man, this is nothing like Buyer Subaru. We actually listen to our customers.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Hello, sirs.
Hello? How much?
Well, how much were you looking to spend?
That's it.
Allow me. Drop and give me 20.
Come scout out Buyer Subaru at I-270 and Sawmill on Billingsley Road. Call 792-2455 or on the web at buyersauto.com.
The deal that's right for you. Buyers Mazda Subaru.
Do you love to have a custom piece of jewelry that you made yourself or that you purchased by a local craftsman? I love pieces like that, and the only place you can get them is One Stop Bead Shop. That's onestopbeadshop.com. They are located just on Sawmill Road in Dublin at the Trader Joe's Shopping Center. They have all kinds of beads, and I just saw that they have a snake spine bead in store. So if they have a snake spine, you know you're going to find exactly what you're looking for at One Stop Bead Shop. It's onestopbeadshop.com.
When it comes to your dream home, consider Compass Point at Buckeye Lake. Located right on the main lake, the gated community offers fantastic views with a minimum of 2 boat slips with each house. Lots start from $185,000, cottages from $279,000, and houses from $395,000. It's the life your family wants in an area you know and love. Check it out on the web at compasspointbuckeyelake.com or call 614-621-2443. Compass Point at Buckeye Lake. Building more than homes, building a foundation for family traditions.
So we were just getting into Kristen Foley's story. Kristen is featured in Shape magazine. Yes, Shape, published nationally. She's featured in it, both her story and a photo of her with before and after photos, because she has lost 104 pounds, which, how long did it take you when all was said and done to lose that much weight?
It's been over a course of probably good 5 to 6 years.
Right.
Because, I definitely had time frames where I lost a bunch and then plateaued.
Yeah.
And then, then would jump back in. And but I basically started my journey after I had a gallbladder attack in 2003.
Oh, yeah.
And I had surgery in January of 2004. And after that, I kind of made the decision again. It was about being healthy and eating the right things and learning what to eat that would make me, feel better.
Right.
And lose the weight.
Right. I was just saying, and I started to say during the break, and I cut myself off, but I wanted to share with everyone, Boyman has lost 60 pounds in the course of a couple of years. Kristen obviously took a couple of years to lose 104 pounds, which is interesting. When I lived in New York, like you, Kristen, I was always, I'm 5'6" and 3/4 exactly. So I always round it up to 5'7", because I wish I was, but I'm 5'7", but I've always been that pear shape, and I'm an eater. I like to eat. I'm an emotional eater. When I'm not the girl who's sick and loses weight. I'm the girl who's sick and sits at home and watches movies and eats. That's just been me. And I'm a girl who has a very athletic build, but I find that I've always been very curvy. It's just, even when I was at my very skinniest, Kristen and Dan, when I had 8% body fat, I still had a booty on me. It's always going to be there. And even when I was at my skinniest, my legs were, just pure muscle. They're still larger. That, I have a curvier body. I'm never going to fit into a size 2 or 4. The skinniest I get, I'm a size 6. That's just my body type. And I think that's part of the battle, is setting yourself up for expectations that your body can meet, because that was one thing I had found. But so I'm in a unique position right now. When I lived in New York, I weighed about 150 at my maximum. When I was my heaviest, 155, right? And that's not awful, but I still didn't feel like the beautiful girl that I wanted to feel like, right? So started watching what I ate, and I would work out, and took about, I took exactly, because I weighed 155, so I took 30 pounds off when I got to my skinniest. I was weighing 125. And now I've crept back up. I've crept back up to that weight where I just have not physically felt beautiful. And you know what I have found is I'm always going to be an outgoing personality. I'm always going to be a type A, a very direct person. But I have not felt like myself this past year.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that too, Kristen. How do you get started then? How did you begin losing weight? What was your plan?
At the beginning, I did the Weight Watchers plan at that time frame, but I also went to the gym, and the first thing I did is I jumped on the treadmill and I walked.
Yeah.
I did, I tell the story that the very first time I decided to run rather than walk, I ran for 8 minutes and I only got a quarter mile, and I thought I was going to collapse. But the next day I got back on, I did it for another minute, and each day I added, and now I have a marathon behind me. So
that is incredible.
So it's not one of those things that I say is not something that's going to happen instantaneously.
Yeah.
And you always have to look at it like set goals.
And that's a great point too, because you brought up plateaus. So I want to talk about diet, because exercise is good, but you really have to tackle the diet monster before you can really start shedding pounds. So what was your start with diet?
Well, in the beginning, I did the plan, as far as diet, but then I also learned what my body needed. Protein is key.
Yeah.
And it's eating things that you're not going to feel hungry later, and you're satisfying, and you're building that fuel. So, peanut butter for me is like a kicker. I was always a peanut butter junkie. Peanut butter Reese cups were my, godsend.
Downfall, right?
Godsend or downfall.
Right.
But just knowing that what your body needs and doing that, like I said, I still indulge. I still enjoy.
And I'm glad you said that, because you brought up Weight Watchers, and I was hoping you kind of go that direction. You overcame that psychological hurdle where you stop looking at food as something you enjoy and a means to satisfy yourself, and you start looking at it as fuel. It's just energy to get you through the day and to get you through your workouts, and that's a hard thing for most people.
And Weight Watchers was great, and that's why I said I owe 80 pounds to them. But the last 30 I did on low carb, high protein, and exercise. It's you got to move. That's the only way to do it.
Well, that's what it is, too. Obviously, the diet and what you're putting into your body is key. What I have found, and, Weight Watchers was what helped me get my start, too. We need to get them as a partner, dude. But it was. I started Weight Watchers. And I felt, honestly, for anyone out there who feels like they're at a hopeless spot or they don't know where to start, I really do have to recommend Weight Watchers because it can fit all different types of weights and body types. But what I like about it, when I was living in New York, I was like too cool for school, you know what I mean? But I loved the fact that I had the courage to go to a meeting, and I did. I remember more than anything else, losing the weight is not a physical battle; it's a mental battle. It is such a mental battle, and I would go to those meetings, and you know what I did? This past year I went through divorce. I launched a radio show. I took on a lot of new challenges, and I went through a lot of challenging circumstances, which was my excuse for putting on the weight and not treating my body like I should treat it. And the only thing that has gotten me back on track this past month is accepting who I am right now, accepting that I don't like how my jeans fit or that I can't fit into this one dress that I love, but accepting that if day by day I write down a plan, I pre-plan my week for what I'm going to do, and even when I'm sick, when I was sick, I still went to the gym and got a little something in. You stick to your plan, and it is amazing to me how once you get even 1 week under your belt, how you feel like you're unstoppable. So for anyone out there who feels like you really just don't know where to start, I'm telling you, like Kristen said, go to the side. You don't have to go to a gym. Go to the sidewalk, walk around the block, and then see if the next week you can walk a little faster around that block, and then
walk just a little further.
Yeah, it really. There's no other way around it. No fad diet is going to help you. Every day you got to push yourself a little bit harder. And I've been under the weather, not feeling too good. Still feeling under the weather. You can hear it in my voice, but I'm still going to the gym and getting a little something in just to get a little sweat on.
Yeah, anything helps.
You have to, but it's not hopeless. And your body is such an amazing machine. It's so amazing how quickly it will heal itself if you give it the right tools to do so. So stay tuned for a little more. We're going to talk to Kristen about how she's both a kick-ass woman with her diet and losing weight, but how she's also going to school as a full-time professional woman.
Atelier, a boutique salon located in the heart of Grandview Heights, offers one-of-a-kind haircuts and colors tailored to your features and your individual skin tone. With a master cutting specialist and national color educator on staff, Atelier is always at the cutting edge. AtelierByMason.com. That's ATELIER by Mason.com, or call 614-485-9558. That's 614-485-9558.
During market ups and downs, you face many questions and uncertainties. Is my 401k allocation still right? How will my retirement plans be impacted? How will my dreams and goals be affected? Schumacher & Associates, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., can provide you with solid strategies and tips to help you protect what matters and weather market volatility. To learn more, go to Schumacher & Associates at 614-340-9642. That's 614-340-9642. Or stop by their office at 4 Victorian Gateway, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Are you trying to quit your unhealthy smoking habit but don't know where to start? Try the e-vapor, brought to you by Columbus's own Westside Vapor. E-vapors are smokeless, tar-free, and chemical-free, whereas a normal tobacco product carries major health risks along with over 4,800 harmful chemicals. Try a complimentary e-vapor by messaging Lex at facebook.com/live-no-excuses. And don't forget to visit westsidevapor.com.
Where can you lose weight, get into awesome shape, and learn self-defense skills, all in an unconventional environment? Ohio Krav Maga. Krav Maga is a hand-to-hand fighting system that will allow you to protect yourself and your loved ones. Do yourself a favor and visit ohiokravmaga.com to view classes, schedules, videos, and more. Classes include Krav Maga, CrossFit, boxing, taught by Olympic gold medalist Jerry Page, jiu-jitsu, and more. ohiokravmaga.com. Self-defense and fitness for the real world, with 3 convenient locations in Hilliard, Gahanna, and Lewis Center. ohiokravmaga.com.
So we're still with Kristen Foley, as we said before, or if you're just tuning in, she's a lady who really is living her life with no excuses. She's like any other human who goes through highs and lows, but she lost 104 pounds, and her journey is being celebrated really in Shape magazine. This issue, it's the issue with Nicole, what's her name?
Scherzinger. I don't know. She's hot.
The Pussycat girl.
Yeah.
That
she's
girl,
super
the Dancing
hot.
with the Star girl.
She was on Dancing with Stars?
Yeah.
Did I mention she was hot?
Yeah. She is.
She's making her way up there for me with Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston's like my number one celebrity I wish I could date.
Yeah.
Nicole Scherzinger is like catching up really quick with number 2.
Bring it back. So the one with Nicole on the cover is the issue that Kristen is in. But even more, we're going to make sure to post all of this stuff on all of our social media. It's on Facebook.com/Live No Excuses. We'll also post it to and link it on our Twitter, which is Twitter.com/Lex McAllister. And obviously, I have Boyman's Twitter linked to me as well. It's we should create you a Boyman one, because right now it's DL Stover, and no one knows you as DL Stover. You're Boyman.
That's fine. It's at DL Stover.
We have got to create Boyman.
I'll just put Boyman in my profile.
Listen to me. You have like 5 followers. Okay, so you can start
I'm catching up to you. I've got over 300 now.
I just now recently started focusing on my Twitter, Kristen, and Kristen is actually a full-time professional in the PR industry as well. And you need to help me out with my Twitter, because I have not focused on it. I focused on Facebook, Kristen. So.
Well, you got less characters to work with on Twitter, so you got to be short and sweet.
I don't like being
short and sweet. That is not something she's good at. I think I've yelled at her 3 shows in a row about get to the point of a story. So
I know. I just like to elaborate. So you're in the PR industry. You work with some really high-profile clients in town, but you also are going to school to get your master's, you crazy freaking psycho. I don't know why people go get their master's, because if I had to do it, I would rather lick poo than go get my master's.
I'd love to get my master's degree. Yeah, but how do you manage that schedule? That's pretty tough.
Well, what's great is that I'm doing it online, which I never thought I would be able to function. And the first time I did it actually was a little scary, because you're like everything, your classmates, everything are online. But it's worked out wonderfully, because I have a lecture tonight that I can sign on later and watch. And I have homework due every week and reading. But it really is, everybody else is in the same boat as you. You're all professionals. You all have day jobs. You all have families that you're taking care of. But it's been a great experience.
How's the classmate interaction online? Do people still communicate quite a bit?
Absolutely. Actually, probably more than I did with my undergraduate classmates. I mean, we text each other, we Facebook each other, it's kind of like the, new media of school too, but it's worked out great. I'll be finished by next August. I started it in March of this year.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of an accelerated program too. It's only 6 weeks long for each class.
So, and you're going through Franklin, right?
Franklin University.
I got to give a shout out to Franklin right now, dude.
You gonna sing the jingle?
Oh, you obviously don't know that I don't sing. Okay. And
that's her biggest fear. It's not just not her thing.
Unless I'm tipsy top and feeling good about life and singing in a goofy voice, but to actually sing, it's not going to happen. But I think Franklin is awesome, because my mom was actually the first person to graduate in our family from college, and she was a working professional as well and went back to school. She never got her degree. She got her associate's degree when she was younger, but she went back to school and she got a degree in organizational communications. No, law. That's a lie. Leadership, so I don't know, some degree, whatever. She
had this thing, and they acknowledged her with a big piece of paper.
It was a really cool degree, because it's a degree. I actually don't think that they don't offer it anymore, but it was a degree that was created in partnership between Franklin University and Harvard. And everyone, there's a lot of universities to choose from in the nation. Everyone focuses on OSU locally, but I got to give a shout out to Franklin, dude, because they produce so many awesome professionals and train working professionals and the adult student in a way that I think is just awesome. And I actually had the privilege of sitting in on a workshop over at Franklin, and they really, they're on their A game over there, and it's not, it's a reason for, as far as universities go, it's a reasonable price. So
no, it was my top choice going into. It's as far as the time frame and the price, is awesome.
Yeah, it's not that I despise school. I didn't say that comment earlier. It's just that I graduated with my undergrad in 3 years. I was always one of those people who just wanted to get out there and do stuff. But now that I've kind of been out there on my own for a while running a business, I have to admit something. I'm kind of craving some structure in my life. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'll be one of those old men who just goes and takes classes in college if I have the time to do it. I could be a professional student.
Yeah. Well, they have continuing education. When I graduated from Marymount, Manhattan on the Upper East Side, which you know of, obviously you lived there. And I went to continuing education courses there. So it's not that I don't like to learn. I was such a freak in college that I always I was one of those girls who has to get an A. So I would obsess over homework, and I just love not having the stress of knowing I have homework to do. And, but I don't even know what I would major in. I'd major in something that has nothing to do with me. I'd major in like biology or something. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. Well, Kristen, thanks for coming on the show. We will make sure to post everything on our Facebook, our Twitter page, and on our blog site, which is Tumblr, or noexcusesradio.tumblr.com. So,
well, thank you very much for having me on.
I like it. You're hot.
Glad to share my story.
Stay skinny and pretty. I like it. Stay tuned for more No Excuses Radio, people. Do you ever come home after a busy day and wonder what's for dinner? At Dream Dinners, we answer that question for you. Our monthly menu includes over 17 different recipes that change each month, with dishes perfect for the seafood lover to the vegetarian and even those with gluten allergies. Join us at Dream Dinners. Schedule your session today to prepare your meals or have one of our staff members prepare the meals for you. Call 614-798-1400 and ask for Allison, or visit dreamdinners.com. That's 614-798-1400. Can't get enough of your No Excuses and you always need more? I do too. I get it, because we only air once a week. I don't know why. That's what the executives at the radio show said I could do. But don't forget to always go to
livenoexcuses.com
or facebook.com/Live No Excuses Radio
or youtube.com/Live No Excuses.
And always twitter.com/Lex McAllister. It's Live No Excuses, baby, on Rewind Columbus. Do you love to have a custom piece of jewelry that you made yourself or that you purchased by a local craftsman? I love pieces like that, and the only place you can get them is One Stop Bead Shop. That's onestopbeadshop.com. They are located just on Sawmill Road in Dublin at the Trader Joe's Shopping Center. They have all kinds of beads, and I just saw that they have a snake spine bead in store. So if they have a snake spine, you know you're going to find exactly what you're looking for at One Stop Bead Shop. It's onestopbeadshop.com.
When it comes to your dream home, consider Compass Point at Buckeye Lake. Located right on the main lake, the gated community offers fantastic views with a minimum of 2 boat slips with each house. Lots start from $185,000, cottages from $279,000, and houses from $395,000. It's the life your family wants in an area you know and love. Check it out on the web at compasspointbuckeyelake.com or call 614-621-2443. Compass Point at Buckeye Lake. Building more than homes, building a foundation for family traditions.
Wasn't Kristen an awesome boy, man?
Yeah, how inspiring.
It is
I just can't imagine going over that 100-pound mark. Like I said, it was so hard to get where I did, and I had to do so many different things. But 100 pounds is just...
That's crazy.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
That's a whole person.
She looks totally different. When you see her before and after pictures, like she has such an angular, neat little face. She's like dark hair with a little bob and the bangs. It's all cute. You guys will see it on Facebook and
we
on
gotta
her social
post those
media.
pictures.
But she looked like a totally different person. That's why it amazes me. It amazes me, honestly, how different I feel like my face looks with this extra poundage I have on me than I usually do. So, but I feel totally motivated, and I'm proud of myself because this past week, like I said, I haven't been feeling good, but I've got myself to the gym, and I'm going to start back at my CrossFit classes with Ohio Krav, which, dude, that class whips your butt.
Yeah,
I say it all the time. It is such a good workout. You are doing like old school stuff. Like when you think of like your old school gym coach, which, by the way, my gym teacher in middle school was my mom's gym teacher. I feel like that's the plight of gym teachers.
That really is. They just last forever. And they always wear high water sweatpants with kind of goofy white socks. And
and her name is Mrs. Butts.
Get out. How do you last that long with a name Butts?
Her name is Mrs. Butts, and she disliked my mom, and at first she disliked me, but I always, when people don't like me, I'm like bound and determined to make them like me. So I eventually made her my friend. But yeah, and I know someone's listening right now who's like, I had Mrs. Butts. Little shout out to Pleasant View Middle School out in Grove, Tucky, Ohio. A little shout out to the Panthers and Mrs. Butts. I'd bet money she's still there, dude. She's probably like 80 years old.
I can't remember what happened to ours. I heard something about a snowblower accident and he lost some fingers. Yeah, I don't know.
Say what?
So I think he was snow blowing his sidewalk. I can't even remember his name anymore. It'll come to me probably when we're off air, but he held on to the motor or the whatever the heck it's called on a snowblower, the trigger, and it stopped, so he reached down to see if something was stuck, and it fired back on and took a few of his fingers off.
That's his own darn fault. You don't hold on to the button.
I can't think of what it's called. The handle, the whatever.
The throttle.
Throttle. That's probably the best word yet.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Well,
Kristen talked about something that we should talk about is plateaus.
Yeah.
If you're trying to lose weight, don't get discouraged, because I think I hit definitely three big plateaus. So I started with just fresh food, and then hit a big plateau. I couldn't lose any more weight.
Yeah.
And then I switched and started doing intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting.
There it is.
And I would just fast 1 day a week, and that seemed to get me through the next plateau. And then I really started doing carbohydrate cycling. So I'd have one huge cheat day a week, and then structure the rest of my meals based on high protein and low or no carbs. And that got me to that last 20 pounds that I really wanted.
Yeah.
I think our producer has something to say here. We're going to try and swing your microphone around.
She's been a feisty one today. Here, let's give her a mic. What do you want to say, Nicole?
No, I really agree with Dan. That's what Dave and I did. And we did the 4-hour body workout. It's Tim something or
Tim
other.
Ferriss.
Tim Ferriss, yes. Thank you.
Doesn't he make protein bars?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But it's the one big, huge cheat day. Eat whatever you want.
Right.
And then it's all protein, very low sugar. You can have carbs for like 30 minutes after your workout. You're allowed to have so many carbs or whatever. And it worked wonders for me because I did it while I was jazzercising. And
you did jazzercise?
I did. It was a Groupon, okay?
Okay.
But it did wonders. Like
what is modern day jazzercise? When I think of jazzercise,
I think it's Zumba now, isn't it?
Yeah. What's it nowadays? And Zumba's fun.
It's still jazzercise.
I remember going to jazzercise with my mom. I remember doing Jane Fonda jazzercise with my mom in our living room, dude.
Can't say I ever did that.
Jazzercise.
Yeah,
You're such a nerd. I love you.
They had really good music. It wasn't like old school. It was new school. So we had, Pretty Girl Rock. And
she still does it.
Yeah.
We need to go do some jazzercise. Let's put on some tights. Boy, man.
I'm just going to go to the weight room. You two have fun at jazzercise.
You totally are coming to jazzercise,
I wouldn't feel comfortable.
I used to work out to Jane Fonda. Me and my mom would do Jane Fonda jazzercise. And what Jane Fonda's little signature move is the little scissors with the hands.
I remember that.
And then scissors with the feet. Scissors with the hands, scissors with the feet.
What music video did that come back in where all the dancers are wearing spandex and they're doing that little Jane Fonda move? Anybody remember that?
You are totally bringing up stuff and you don't even know what it is. You don't know people's names.
No.
You've never seen.
First, have to be more resourceful.
Your homework for today is to go home and watch Couples Retreat because it's freaking hilarious.
Yes.
But, so we were talking a lot about getting on the right eating path and, we talked about Weight Watchers and whatnot. You know what a wonderful option if you're a person who's trying to eat healthy and eat wholesome foods is? Dream Dinners, one of our partners. They, if you are a person who has gluten allergies, they have foods for you. If you're a person who really loves seafood, they have tons of seafood options. But the beauty of Dream Dinners is you get to monitor, and they provide you sheets with all of the calories, all of the carbs, the sodium, everything that is in each meal. But you can tailor make each meal to suit your particular needs. So if you want higher protein, you can increase the protein portion. If you want, I'm telling you, Dream Dinners is one of my most favorite options, especially for me because I hate to go to the grocery and actually prepare meals, and this does it for me. They're great leftovers for lunch the next day, and you can actually refreeze them.
And they're not cookie cutter, like you said. You can really change the content and suit it to your needs.
Yep, they last for months, and it is cheaper to prepare a Dream Dinner than it is to actually go to the grocery and buy groceries to make that same meal. It's actually averages between 20 and 12% cheaper. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
So if you want to set up a session, we're actually giving away $50 gift certificates on Facebook, so make sure to like us on facebook.com/live no excuses. And also visit dreamdinners.com, type in your zip code, and go to the one in Powell. It's amazing. Allison, the owner, is awesome. She's a little kooky, but I love it because she's like, hey there, how you doing? You want to make a little meal here?
I love those people.
All right, so stay tuned for a little more No Excuses, everyone.
Everybody's talking all this stuff about me now. Just let me live.
At the Diamond Cellar, we've been listening to our customers for years, and what's important to them is getting the finest quality at the best price.
I definitely got the best ideal cut for the money at the Diamond Cellar.
This is Andy Johnson. To make sure nobody can offer you a better price, we've been shopping again. The Diamond Cellar is less expensive. Take it from our customers.
The Diamond Seller had the best price.
We got more than we expected to get for the money.
Come to the Diamond Seller and let us show you. Quality for quality, nobody beats us on price.
The car your heart desires is at Buyers.
Hey, Spiels, are we on another scouting expedition?
Yeah, Mark, making sure Buyer Subaru is staying competitive. Welcome to the big box car dealership where our prices are high and the values are low. I'm interested in that Forester over there. Excellent choice, sir. How much is it? Well, are you buying today? If the price is right, how much? That's a special request. I'll need to get my manager.
And off he goes. Now the game starts.
Man, this is nothing like Buyer Subaru. We actually listen to our customers.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Hello, sirs.
Hello? How much?
Well, how much were you looking to spend?
That's it.
Allow me. Drop and give me 20.
Come scout out Buyer Subaru at I-270 and Sawmill on Billingsley Road. Call 792-2455 or on the web at buyersauto.com.
The deal that's right for you. Buyers Mazda Subaru.
Where can you lose weight, get into awesome shape, and learn self-defense skills all in an unconventional environment? Ohio Krav Maga. Krav Maga is a hand-to-hand fighting system that will allow you to protect yourself and your loved ones. Do yourself a favor and visit ohiokravmaga.com to view classes, schedules, videos, and more. Classes include Krav Maga, CrossFit, boxing, taught by Olympic gold medalist Jerry Page, jiu-jitsu, and more. ohiokravmaga.com. Self-defense and fitness for the real world with 3 convenient locations in Hilliard, Gahanna, and Lewis Center. ohiokravmaga.com.
Hi, this is Brian Bowen
And this is Heather Keck.
of Bowen and Keck Defense Attorneys. We understand that you are only human, and humans make mistakes.
However, that doesn't mean we can't solve your issues with class and respect.
Heather, that's exactly right, because you deserve help.
YouDeserveHelp.com.
As lawyers, we are protectors of your rights as real people.
Your needs, your concerns, your life is unique to you.
We are always available to you at youdeservehelp.com.
That's YouDeserveHelp.com.
Bradley Photography specializes in creating works of art for clients desiring an authentic, fine art experience. Suspend the remarkable and capture the honest and precious moments of real beauty, your family. More than works of art, we create works of life. To learn more, visit us online at bradley.com. That's BRADDLEY.com or call 614-228-6920.
So we've been all sorts of positive this show.
We have.
I'm all sorts of positive, but I'm still feisty me, and you know what we're about to talk about.
I absolutely know.
You thought you were going to get away with it.
I did.
But we're going to talk about it.
I knew it was going to come up, though. I wasn't sure if it was going to be on air, but I knew you were going to bring this up.
Absolutely. I talk about you. I'm like Taylor Swift. Don't date me or be my friend if you don't want to end up in my material, dude. Because I will rip you a new one if I don't like you, and I will sing your praises if I do. But I'm about to rip you.
Yeah,
one.
how this started off air, our producer says, I couldn't get a hold of you. And I said, well, here's a good way to get a hold of Lex. Tweet someone and say you should come hang out with Lex McAllister and I, and it ultimately be one of her enemies. That's a good way to get Lex's attention, because I think the response for every 4 text messages you sent me, I could get one in before I got another 4 immediately chewing me out.
I kept saying call me, and you wouldn't call me, so
yeah, I couldn't.
Just kept going on and on.
No, I was in a meeting, so I couldn't call you.
So ultimately, without naming names, because unlike other people, I don't hate on others by calling them out and talking smack about them. I keep it to myself because I'm a normal professional. However, there is a chick in town who, Boyman is well aware of this story. We talked about it months ago when we had another guest on the show, and we also talked about it when it happened. But long story short, it was a person who is trying to build a media property as well. So like a good person, I don't look at those people as competitors. I look at those people as people I can help. And
community. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be, because I'm a good person with a soul and a heart. So I became friends with this person, and then I hosted Boom with a Bang, a party that was so freaking awesome. We had a perfect view of the fireworks. We were down in the mix, but we were we weren't in the middle. We weren't like at that West Broad Street location. We were still down on the river, but we were right by the highway. So like getting in and getting out was the best. We had it sectioned off. We had our own.
Here's one of those you're losing track of the story moments.
Because I got to describe how awesome this party is.
I think people will take you at your word as awesome.
Let's summarize it. There was free Bacardi all night, so you didn't have to buy your darn drinks. Your tickets were $10, which went to a charity. So
now
you're helping
talking.
people while you're getting tipsy with a perfect location watching the fireworks. And we had our own personal porter potties, which, porter potties aren't our favorite, but we all know down at 4th of July, that's like gold.
Yep.
All right? And they had their own personal one.
Lex, between you and I, you can tell a great story. You just need to keep me around so you can tell better stories. But back to this person. She ultimately, I found out and was reminded that she talked smack about this party.
Yeah, a party where she drank tons of free alcohol at. She talked smack about it, and not only did she talk smack about it to people, but she posted negative reviews of the event online through all of her social media outlets. And then, like a normal professional, I called her to say, hey, dude, I understood you didn't like the party, which everyone's entitled to their opinion. However, A, thought we were friends, thought maybe you'd talk to me first, and B, do we really got to do that in a public way when
Sure.
it was was that really necessary? And the response was like that of a child in high school getting in trouble with a teacher. She was like, well, wait, we just don't even have to communicate anymore. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, I mean, yeah, we don't have to. I'm just saying in a normal professional setting, you don't typically want to make people like me, who's in your similar industry, mad.
So we talked. So what I was reminded of then was that you and I, with like 20 other guests in the studio, had this conversation, but I was trying to prep other guests. It was a busy day in the studio, and I forgot all about this.
Right.
Well, I was connected back to this person through another connection.
Okay.
So I forgot all about this, and in trying to be cordial and nice and offering to come hang out with us because she was doing something similar, completely forgot that this was the person that talked all this smack. So I ended up sending a message out over a certain social media site.
Time out. This person sends a tweet to Boyman saying, hey, how's the show going? Why do you care, hater? Worry about yourself. Why do you give two craps how my show is going?
See, and you took that energy out on me via text message, and I have not had such hateful text messages since your drunk voicemail to me.
Pay attention to a conversation, and if I have haters, they're your haters too, so you need to defend me and protect me.
My
Boom.
favorite text from you was, obviously, you need to pay better attention to our conversations. I was like, seriously? Like, I'm over this already. If I'm not getting through to you.
What I love.
And then, which was followed up by, you build up your own show and brand, and then somebody knock it and tell me how you feel.
Yeah, I can't.
It's like, come on.
Listen to me. I can't wait till you start getting your own little batch of haters, because here's what happens. Anytime you're onto something good, anytime you're doing something right, you're going to have haters. The more haters you have, the better. Seriously.
Here's my promise to you.
And I can't wait till you get some, and I'm going to make sure to invite all of them to the show.
And when you do, I will be just like Howard Stern, and I'll sit them right here next to me and have the beef out on air. Clear the air. I'll do it Howard Stern style. I'm not going to just ignore them and blow them off.
I'm not. You listen to me. I've learned this. I've learned that there are too many haters. We would fill a stadium if we were to invite them to our show.
That's fine. And that just means you're doing well, right?
Whatever, dude.
So here's my challenge to you. I think you should pick a hater at any varying level, any end of the spectrum, and let's bring them in.
Time it out. Oddly enough, literally yesterday, a hater called me, and I answered. All right. And a true hater who I had some massive issues with called me and said, I apologize, and I've missed our friendship.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
And what was your
response? You know why you miss it? Because I'm in talks to syndicate this show. What are you trying to ride my coattail, you hater?
Please tell me that's not what you said.
No, you act like I don't deal with things in a professional manner. I couldn't be more professional. Now, when I'm on the show, I go crazy.
Because you can get away with being crazy at me, and I'm going to put up with it.
You are like family, and it was like a betrayal, you idiot. Listen to our conversations.
I just forgot.
I'm going to call one of your ex-girlfriends or someone who you one-night standed, and I'm going to bring her to the studio.
What do you mean?
We'll see how you feel.
I've never had a one-night stand.
Whatever, dude. I know your style. You're 25 years old with your little weirdly large lips and your dimples, you have plenty of one-night stands.
You forgot about the eyes.
Your eyes were stupid. Just like your face and your stupid tweet and biting my hairs here. Stay around. We're about to end the show on a positive note.
Atelier, a boutique salon located in the heart of Grandview Heights, offers one-of-a-kind haircuts and colors tailored to your features and your individual skin tone. With a master cutting specialist and national color educator on staff, Atelier is always at the cutting edge. AtelierByMason.com. That's ATELIER by Mason.com, or call 614-485-9558. That's 614-485-9558.
Choices Eliminating Domestic Violence is dedicated to interrupting the cycle of domestic violence by responding to those in need, educating the community, and advocating for social change. Choices provides a 24-hour crisis and information line, temporary shelter, counseling, and support groups, all in the name of eliminating violence. Visit choicescolumbus.org.
During market ups and downs, you face many questions and uncertainties. Is my 401k allocation still right? How will my retirement plans be impacted? How will my dreams and goals be affected? Schumacher & Associates, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., can provide you with solid strategies and tips to help you protect what matters and weather market volatility. To learn more, go to Schumacher & Associates at 614-340-9642. That's 614-340-9642. Or stop by their office at 4 Victorian Gateway, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Are you trying to quit your unhealthy smoking habit but don't know where to start? Try the e-vapor, brought to you by Columbus's own Westside Vapor. E-vapors are smokeless, tar-free, and chemical-free, whereas a normal tobacco product carries major health risks along with over 4,800 harmful chemicals. Try a complimentary e-vapor by messaging Lex at facebook.com/livenoexcuses. And don't forget to visit westsidevapor.com.
I was just singing a little doody-doo boo-boo.
That's such a good way to enter into a segment. I really like that. Someday I'll get you to karaoke.
Oh, so the point of the previous story is you're gonna get into disagreements with people. People are gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have haters. Resolve the issues with the people that you love. Disregard the haters. Move on.
That's right.
Okay.
So let's end on an inspiring note.
I like it.
So earlier this week, they had the ESPYs, and at the very first ESPYs, there's a guy named Jimmy Valvano, who was a basketball coach at NC State and Rutgers, very well respected. Mike Krzyzewski, everybody really, really loved him. Mm-hmm. And at the very first ESPY Awards, he spoke, and it was 10 days before he died of bone cancer. And if you watch this video, just YouTube Jimmy V's speech, and you'll find it. It's the first one with him in a tux. And he said there are 3 things you need to do every single day and 3 things you need to remember in life. And this just resonated with me. So the 3 things he said you need to do every single day is laugh, think deeply. You know, whatever it is that's bothering you, inspiring you, just think deeply about it. Think in silence.
Have a little critical... what do they call it? Critical thinking hour.
Have a little reflection with yourself. See what's going on. And have your emotions move to tears. And I'll come back to that one because I really wasn't sure what that meant at first. But the 3 things he said you need to do in life are to remember where you started, where you are, and where you're going. Mm-hmm. And the only way to get to where you're going from where you are is to have enthusiasm and zest for life. And you can really buy into that from somebody who died 10 days later, knowing that he really wasn't sure how much time he'd have left. Yeah. And he said that he doesn't do anything differently, on his deathbed, because that's what he's done his whole life. And he just kept living his life that way until his final moments.
I love it because it's the idea that, you're gonna succeed, you're gonna fail, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, but you're never gonna live in this gray zone of non-feeling. A lot of people want to say, yeah, you got to tame your extreme feelings, but I feel like, you know what, cry, dude. Have a good cry, have a good laugh, because I think that's what's living with enthusiasm, or AKA living with absolutely no excuses.
And as a guy, it's hard to move to cry, but just be sincere with people.
I'll
Connect
make you
and
cry.
have real conversations.
I'll make you cry, buddy. Everyone, have a great week. Live it with absolutely no excuses.
To me, there are 3 things we all should do every day. If we do this every day of our life, you're going to have, what a wonderful, number 1 is laugh. You should laugh every day. Number 2 is think. You should spend some time in thought. And number 3 is you should have your emotions moved to tears. Could be happiness or joy. But think about it. If you laugh, you think, and you cry, that's a full day. That's a heck of a day. You do that 7 days a week, you're going to have something special.